Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NAK. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to use this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these green and red line annotations are coming from. There's a red line up there that actually may not even be on the screen. But anyways, want to get things updated here. And from a presentation standpoint, this one's somewhat of a tricky analysis because of all the perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought this morning right there and you wanted to sell within 3 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, and I get it, there was a pretty deep pullback today. Today being the key word. When you look at multiple days, though, or in other words, the big picture perspective, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer stretches of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess is you probably just had a different strategy and perspective going into the trade. And the first update before we kind of circle back to those levels of support is based on a foundational rule in charting which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So for those of you that did watch yesterday's video, hopefully you remember me talking about 215 as support, but now that the price is broken below it, this would be that initial hurdle that needs to be cleared next week. Yeah, up there at 230 is indeed still an overall level of resistance. But again, before you start talking about doing battle with that one up there, that first hurdle that needs to be cleared by the bulls right there at $2.15. As far as levels of support and just kind of, that big picture perspective, if the price can continue to do what it did late day today, well, what did it do late day? Well, actually multiple times today. You can see this green line, which I talked about yesterday, did a great job of holding strong. So let's just assume that, like I said, this history continues. It bounces right around the general area and then starts to work its way back upwards. What would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have this base of lows right here. You'd have this base down here. You look at each of these as stair steps, and the overall stair steps are still very clearly going in the upwards direction. So yeah, today, 1 day, it pulled back. But looking at multiple days, as I said, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build that higher stair step. So that'll be top priority into next week, just building that higher stair step and continuing to construct the long-term uptrend. So we'll see how it all unfolds next week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.